All right. 20 seconds away. And I got green. That's the highest kbps bytes per second. Still, the drop frames are looking pretty good. It's not on my nose. I'm coughing and sneezing. I got a bit of a cold. So the day before New Year's Eve, decided to get them because you get a good deal on a weekly rate. It's funny. There used to be a day when you'd see like these signs on the motels. It'd be like $65 for a day, 270 for a week. That'd be a lot. Really big discount. $300 for a week, and 1,000 for a month. They had these different scales now. It's just so the proprietor here, he very nice. He was like there was little discounts for weekly stays. So I decided to go on a little vacation. My partner's like just a 2-minute walk up the road. No heater. It is really disgusting. Like probably health hazard. Raw food with like well, it's not rotting because it's not summertime, so it's not really rotting as much as it's sprouting mold and stuff. I didn't get any phone calls yesterday. I decided not to be as depressed as I was on Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving before that, Christmas before that. What is this? So let's see. I got back at the end of June, like around June 29th or so, of 2001. That's Thanksgiving 21, Christmas 21, Thanksgiving 22, Christmas 22. Oh, that was particularly fun. In like 2022, for part of it, I was in a wheelchair with a fracture, with like with a leg that was fractured in a street assault. Oh yeah, because I watched the George Floyd 18th law stuff on over at my base, and I didn't know how much fun these were. Yeah, just tweak everywhere it is, just tweaked out, brain destroyed the young men. The brains are completely gone. Like Dr. Umar said, they probably have to put down, starting with Eminem. It's like that dude is still. Can you have a 50-year-old man like Bulworth? I mean, Bulworth's smarter than Eminem. But yeah, that's the way we are. They've been professional thugs for like a long time, and then it's like street fucking. Trying not to use curse words and stuff, bad words. But I like it. So yeah, so no, yeah. Even when I was hospitalized and like a really serious attack on my life, like they were trying to kill me. Nope, no family. So that's 23 the same. Thanksgiving, Christmas by myself. 24 the same thing, Christmas. So yeah, it's like weird how time flies. You know, it's weird how time flies. Yeah, you know this. Well, we had. I met two young men who enlisted, and it was like, why? Well, it's a good career opportunity. I don't know how it is now. See, they told when I was a young man, they were like, yeah, you join this program and you'll work really hard. Yeah, I get, oh my goodness, there are hours. But you work really hard, and then because you know how good we are, like we're gonna get so many job offers. No, things changed a lot. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It's like one of my friends, he was talking about a PBS show one time, and they're interviewing street people in Chicago. They're interviewing people, like homeless people in Chicago, and there's one guy, he was like in his 50s or so. He's like, what are you? And he was a doctor, like an MD, medical doctor, like, and he's like what happened was his family had been killed in a car accident. He had like a wife and 4 kids. They had been killed in a car accident. lost all motivation to go to work anymore. I have no family. Got a little bit of money. Overspent last night. DoorDash tricked me into. Well, it's very creative. You put that like those buttons, and it just won't order my food because it's hung up for a while. So as I had my, so I got like a special Christmas present, $140 for McDonald's Big Mac meal. So they signed up for that like the the annual membership discount or whatever that thing is. So it was like right 29 something dollars plus like Christmas tip. And boom, $99.99 annual enrollment fee. I was like, oh, it's like I got it now. So I'm just doing nothing. Don't really have much to do. So I figure I'd get on here and talk for a little bit. It's weird, isn't it? I should have made a like thing to Dan Bell. Like yesterday, one of the recommended things I watched Dan Bell's like this is Dan Bell's like Dead Mall series. The hotel thing is kind of nasty sometimes, huh? But I have a really good one. He does a good job here. That was really the gross motels, dead malls, abandoned buildings. Well, anyway, he wanted to tell Adam he loved him, and well, my niece probably here's the problem I know about their parents. So like with Adam, since I was fond of Dan Bell, really need my youngest brother. See, there were three of us growing up, and Adam was the best. He made our lives horrible. They also made them good now looking back on it. Sometimes the demons they're attacking people or following them. You don't see. So we have a lot of people crying because boy oh boy, what was that thing about not talking bad about the dead? I was watching this pedophile named Chuck Logic. See, that's how I know. So anyway, let me tell you about my first like official real girlfriend. I met her on AOL, and I flew out to Dallas to meet her. And we had a pretty good time. From the same like hometown, and her family moved to Dallas for opportunities and stuff. But anyway, there's this faggot brother, I mean homosexual brother named Brian. And boy oh boy, we weren't like this. It wasn't that kind of thing. It was still wholesome. And just meeting for the first time, just like an online thing, sent letters and things. And so anyway, this pedophile standing over me, just like, yeah, oh my goodness, he was such a freak. So yeah, that's it's probably one of those people scream online because they can't go out there pointing things, trying to find the real perpetrator. So this is how my life's going so far. Oh, last year he was thrown in the ground and stomped on. And this one wasn't a murder attempt, more like just a regular beating for being weak, man. You all these rapists and stuff right around Stupidville. Is that something to talk about Christmas? Anyway, anyways, you see what there's too many live streamers. In fact, even before live streamers, just control the media. See, I think that's what's really great is the live streamers have given some alternative venues to talk to people you're not supposed to talk to and listen to people. Started thing with the station started when they turned off comments in the New York Times. New York Times said they're online. People were going, liars. Boom, double up to the press. Yeah. I mean, maybe it's just correcting the press. Because sometimes they're just corrections because maybe some information is wrong. Somebody notices, hey, this isn't right. This number is daily. So it's a 10 last year when it was only 5. So there's like pointing out maybe errors and things. Boy, you got a big sensitive group of back in the day when people believed the television, little Twitter things that plug in television. You like watch apps through television. So I spend my time watching Twitch and YouTube. I have Prime. It hasn't expired, so I can still watch Prime. I canceled Disney Plus. I canceled Netflix. Hulu just seemed to expire by itself. Like I thought I had a Disney Plus Hulu package, but I didn't watch the stuff anymore because I'm so busy watching me. Guess we gotta get him out of the rain last night. We used to call this the divorced man hotel. It was when a lot of the guys were on like prison release. It's just a fun place. Still a few people. It's been 2 years, and some of the same people are still living here. What else is there to do in life? Yeah, I don't have a structured like this is what we're talking about. Oh, Adam, I haven't seen my niece. Well, let's see. I was supposed to go to the birthday party on November 15th, 2021. I was flying back from my girlfriend. It's not the same one that I was talking about who was in Dallas. I met a new online girlfriend. Mhm. Yeah, I was talking to somebody last night about the blessings of the internet. Before the internet, guys like me. Oh wow! I heard on Tom Harmon program they're doing genetic tests. And he says only 15% of men have ever reproduced. Like there are people alive when they do the genetics. It's like only 15% of men. Well, is that reproduce or have sex? Because even with the advanced society we are, what I found out is trying to talk to a woman. Oh, there are so many other men. Oh, that's like probably more most reason for the dating. You don't go to my room. Oh, maybe that's my wife. Actually, I can say that because there's so much identity fraud. I know somewhere. I know somewhere there's like a freaking, like, what do you call it? They're documented now, huh? Illegal immigrant. That's the thing. The access in our system, like different things, our modern society. You need a system ID, and I can't go to Utah because in the 20 years I was at war, well, okay, police action. And in the time I was gone, somebody else moved into Utah and assumed my life. Like they've already issued somebody my real Utah ID. They already have a new bloodline of the prophet. I mean, there's a lot of them. That's like when I was told, yeah, I'm the bloodline of the prophet. Yeah, 150 kids. That people know about. And it's like so that branch is quite extensive. It's not like that special when you come to a place like that. Still, wandering around this earth back and forth. They're probably terrified each day. I mean, it's just well, the women in our family have taken over and probably disenfranchised all the men folk of everything they've ever earned or worked for. They're just prostitutes. It's too expensive. I did the math. But I'm 50 years old. I quite like not even this tired. So $150 a month for like a quick, $150, if that. If I'm even up to having sex more than once a month, that's way better than living and supporting a used up fucking obese. It's just a change of society. I grew up thinking you get a high school girlfriend, you fall in love, you get married. College was something new in my family apparently, but they had this archetype for us. You have your girlfriend, you go out, then you get married in a few years, and you have babies, you work, you build a house and life together. It's just prostitution. Let's be honest. Marriage is the most expensive form of prostitution. Because with a prostitute, you can call, can you get this bitch out? With a wife, yeah, it's a change in culture for sure. It's a big change in culture. Send her back to the fucking whorehouse. I'm sorry, I had to step out for a second. No, yeah, Ruby, she was like chain smokes on screen and stuff. That's a interesting person. I told the guy said no smoking in the room. And I don't think well, watch videos together. It's like reaction videos or something. I just like the personal like video diary aspect of the thing. There's an archive. There's an archive of a dude who, well, we're burning technology. Now a lot of people are freaking out. We can go back. We can go back. Go back to when only the very like the wealthy can afford all the cool stuff. The only way I have is like the poor people have learned how to coordinate. I don't know if you ever saw. I don't know if you ever saw. Ever heard of a movie called They Live? With Roddy Piper. He was a WWF wrestler. Uh, and he finds these glasses, like while he puts it on, it's like the tint, and he sees all the rich people are like these alien things, and all the humans are poor people. It's like their family. They opens up with like kind of a street where they live on a street, but they still have a little television to watch the news. And then over and the news person's talking, and there's a family like pulling like finding clothes in a dumpster for their kids, and then the glasses, the newscasters and alien, they enslaved us all. Then they have these watches, right? And in the movie, like when he stares from and it's like this old woman alien, like, he sees into the top, into the watch, into her watch. Not too crazy these days, huh? It's like cinnamon got off his hamster wheel. When I was enjoying lockdown because I got paid through the government, and so the lockdown they're like you're gonna have to hang out in your room and not go to work. I'm like, okay, just sitting there watching movie after movie shows. I had my Twitter friends, or just one Twitter friend actually. The Twitter was really good for like keeping up with the latest TV shows and things. If not for Twitter, I probably wanted to watch the Schitt's Creek. Cute shows, wholesome shows. And now we have a bunch of oh, we need more explosion. I want to make a movie. Where my movie? You got more stuff in the movie. Yeah, it's like Dr. Umar said, they're gonna have to put down. They're getting violent. They have been. You take away an actor's drugs, a musician. I'm going to army as mass missions. Yeah, apparently over the years, the credit cards have fueled like the largest entertainment economy in the world. It's just entertainment. And what it seems to be that's coming to surface is like sex entertainment is part of the entertainment industry. I don't blame guys for not wanting to get married and have to go to work and support a family. I don't. I used to. Thought that was like, well, I just played the game of life. It was like, it's not what, it wasn't as popular as Monopoly, although might have at some points been more popular than Monopoly. Monopoly and the game of life were like the things. Let me adjust the volume here. See if I can make it more sensitive. There, how's that? Yeah, so I'm just sitting here, waiting now. It's like bankrupting the Soviet Union. Yeah, that was one of the things that, like back in the Reagan days, they decided to take on the Soviet Union by just forcing them to keep up the spending, and it bankrupted them. Well, even despite the extra $100 I didn't account for yesterday, still pretty good. Oh, if I had paid my hospital stay, see, you aren't gonna arrest anybody. I don't feel like I have to pay anything. Was the taxes supposed to for like a functioning government? I've been the other night, like, a few weeks ago. I was sitting on my little gazebo. I have a little gazebo, and I saw a car, like pulling up this, wasn't in front of my neighbor's house. There's like this fence line. And so I was like, oh, because neighbors look out for each other. It's like neighborhood watch. So I was like, oh, that's unusual. Let's go out and say, hey, it's the neighbor checking up. And these dudes, man, it's like, oh, my man, we're like, they want to follow me upstairs in my apartment. And so I turned my numb walked through, and I was like, boom, side of my head. I flying into the dumpsters and smashed my head on the wall and stuff. It was well enough. I know, I'm pretty sure. You see, one of the things is that sometimes things aren't random. Back in 2009, I had taken I went to do a Spanish immersion class because in California, we learn Spanish, right? It's like things have changed. Growing up, it's like, man, what are these Spanish speakers here? Well, they were kind of Spanish speakers before it was like part of the United States. So it's like this realization of like this doesn't happen over like, well, California was always the same, So if I'm a polite person, I'm a polite person. And I want to be able to, if my neighbors can't talk as good as English as I can talk, I mean Spanish, then it's like I just it's fun. It was fun also. Well, anyway, during our there were some dance clubs because it's a school geared towards mostly younger people and people from Europe mostly. I'd say all over the world at the time. It was basically a lot of Europeans and me. And well, we were there at a nightclub there. Like there's a dude who's in our and the girls were like, he lies about his age. He's like, we know he's over 40, but he tells these girls he's in his 20s. And it's like that. That was it. That was 2009. So we basically have a world of like 60-year-old like men who just go and still like hitting like teenage girls and stuff. When I was that's one of the funniest things. It's like when I was 19, there was a 15-year-old, a freshman in high school. I hadn't turned 19. I was going to turn 19 in the summertime, so I was 18, 18-year-old senior, and well, there was like a freshman, I think she was 15 or something. And she came her friends, he likes you. And I thought about it, I'm like, they're going to call me a pedophile. Even because that's how sensitive it was. Like, you're not even in the same grade. Senior dating a freshman, and dated anybody. They'd be like, you're a loser. You can't really get a freshman. Oh. But the other thing is, when you turn 19, see, 19, there was a 19-year-old who was convicted and put on the sex offender list for having sex with a 15-year-old. I think there's always laws to keep young people from having sex with each other. And looking back, it's probably, or looking around, it's probably because of the violence that's on the leash. When back in the day when like a virgin bride for a high status marriage, just marriage in general. Otherwise, daddy has to keep supporting these cunts. Sorry, ladies. My stepmom, when you use that word, she's crazy. Oh, she goes crazy. My dad called my stepmother a cunt once. Probably more than once, but I remember hearing the story. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Just I'm doing pretty good on the drop frames and in my kilobytes per second screen. So that's good. Well, I might sit here like 30 minutes. We had a candle night, like Carol sing or him singing, and a little sermon last night. No chats. You see public domain reading of books I have. Some not so public domain readings. Let me see. I picked up a volume, like a 3 volume set the other. Oh, that's not bad. That is a partition of state rural readings and things. That's the other thing. We've had so many loss of our oh, let me see. I look at some people don't even make it to elderly. One of my cousins, he died at 47. Remember that when I was like 47. His uncle, our uncle, had died at 57. My dad is like, look, now the older I get, more like, wow. No, he thought he would die at 53, and he kept on chucking along until about 72 or so. Stress, stress. But see, I don't have family to support, so I have people who like it's just funny. One of my because when you have brothers, you can blame people, you can blame your family for everything. You forget how much they help. So I'm like 5 hours away from my hometown because well, all those NA people, all those drug addicts who like bankrupted their families, destroyed their lives. They're just sitting around talking to each other about, yeah, me, all I love you, my family is mean to me. He's selfish. All these drug addicts just like, because it's not their, they party their fucking lives away and shit, and now they need more money. That's the thing, I haven't partied. When you get, like, I don't party. You know where I've been? Partying in Afghanistan. Well, I heard the embassies, this thing. We're living in cots, like no air conditioning, which is pretty quite normal for the world. Maybe we're a little soft. Maybe it's like comfort and stuff. Because I like comfort. Well, well, the amount of parties that was going on when we were deployed, now we're back. We don't even watch football in the NFL. Yeah, we used to watch football and stuff. We grew up in some of us played football. I went and played like a preseason. I went to summer camp training. It was fun. And we liked the games. And now it's like, well, they're not very much sweet the military anymore, huh? Huge. See, that's the funny thing. We'd be sitting overseas. We sit overseas in tents and stuff. We get the satellite and you watch a football game, and they would bring out like we represent all services, and people walking out because they're reservists, right? They need some active duty or short duty. Or like I don't know what the Army calls short duty, maybe. So anyway, so well, okay, I was a contractor. I've been to two active duty tours as a CV. They do land operations, and and then we volunteered because the Army didn't have enough people to fill a customs billet. So I did an Army deployment as a Navy person. I'm like, no clue. We buy or stole a dollar. it's gossip within my circle. But these WhatsApps, because you know that they're like, you know who's there, the phone call. I want you to know this person put a very offensive tweet online. Well, yeah, again, vouch is the first time I heard her vouch, even the Destiny vouch thing. Well, as a defense attorney, you're just doing a good job, right? Money attractive persons. There's arguments. One of the very dangerous things, though, is if I found out somebody like raped my daughter, I kill him. The Justice Department should come after me for like making threats. But I'm gonna tell you, if because they're all my daughters now. I have a lot of dead soldiers, broken soldiers, people of various ranks and things. Well, boy, as soon as daddy's dead, guess who moves in with, right? I was watching a YouTube live stream. The regulars aren't on, so it's streaming through what the algorithm is recommending. Boy, oh boy, they're talking about some court case with these two dead women. Referring to Lauren and Dr. John, Dr. Babe, Lauren Mathria. I was like, what? Oh, there's always little pieces around. There's always new information we found. So, yeah, it's I was also an Army contractor, but I'm still Navy. Well, fuck you, General. We're talking to the Admiral about why I won't obey your orders. I don't even know who you are. Probably Colin Powell's son. Probably Colin Powell's son well, I don't know if you know the true story of Emmett Till. But Emmett Till's father was hung in Italy for raping Italian women. Imagine a scandal finding out a U.S. service member is actually a rapist committing war crimes. That's not the kind you want to put on television. It's like, Slobodan Milosevic, the war criminal who's fighting against the Bosnians. Meanwhile, we have a bunch of, yeah, it happens in the military. It happens to civilians where military is around. And yet they don't want to play it. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I'm just sitting here during wait, watching the collapse. People are just now realizing what 2008 was. I suppose there are so many people who weren't cognitively aware 17 years ago. Actually, the contagion, I mean, the economic, the flagellation of flipping houses. You don't have a job, take out money against your house. There's a new job. How many people did get in that? One of my roommate college roommates, he got in the mortgage game and he had a script, right? It's like he's telling us, he's like, the script is, you buy the house because you have a lot of people who don't make enough, well, traditionally. And so he'd be talking to these people, I don't know if I can afford this house. He goes, what you do is you buy it, don't make any payments, just don't make any payments, don't pay the mortgage. Because the house values, they go up so much that by the time the foreclosure like this, you can just sell the house and get a $70,000. You make $70,000 cash in your pocket for no effort, and you don't pay rent. Housing only goes up. Well, if you look at Palisades, it's like it only goes up in smoke, which is probably the most legalistic true thing. He goes, sir, I thought you said the housing only goes up. In what way does it go up? You mean the value of it, the price, money? The money might be dropping. It's like, yeah, your buying power stays the same. It's just too complicated. I was watching Stock Guy the other day. Stock Guy, he likes to take his shirt off and stuff because, oh boy, man, he's making all that friggin' money. I knew 20-year-olds. I knew a 20-year-old who was making 20,000. No, no, not a college graduate. Maybe he had some college. I think he went directly to work. waste all the time. I waste all the time and getting into this dude that we can work right away. The people who start working tend to have an advantage in the job force. So he is making $20,000 doing housing loans a month at 20 years old. My former roommate was how old were we? This is 2000. 25, 24, 26, mid 20s, $50,000 a month. I feel myself having some reaction to my free Monster Energy drink. You know, the body chemistry is just all out of whack. I think the diabetes scares me a little gone down a bit. It's being really scary. It just, I can feel the stuff. Being more in tune with health. This is for Jennifer. Look, look, video Enrique Iglesias welcomes four-child Anaconda. Ooh, are they still married? Enrique Iglesias welcomes fourth-child Anaconda Cobra. Emergency in California. Ooh, how to watch an adult games for Christmas Day. DOJ files finds a million more FC files in history. A million. A million files. What the f is going on? Anyway, it just popped out on the side of my screen, came out by his article. A million files. Oh my goodness. Well, I don't know if you remember Kim.com. Dude, there's this legal thing. And I'll explain this before I take off because, you know, online videos. I don't know, is Napster running off the BitTorrent or is it a central server also? Well, mega uploads. See, that's the thing. Like on the BitTorrent network, the files are stored on a lot of computers and shared between a lot of computers, not centrally. BitTorrent is just like an FTP. It's like a way to transfer files between just networking all these computers together. So there is no sole ownership. Seeders and Leechers both own the files, parts of them. I mean, once you complete it, upload family. Seeders and Leechers versus mega uploads. I don't know, is it funny? I mean, see, I'm just rambling now. I'm actually kind of going through a thing where I got up there, I was like, oh, I'm up real early, 5 o'clock, 5 a.m. in the morning. You gotta get that more productive. It's Christmas. What am I gonna do? I guess 45 minutes is enough right now. Probably sign back on later